I just was thinking, imagine not liking a nigga, and then every time you see him or picture him on Instagram or anything, every time you see this nigga, you gotta think about, damn, this really stuck his dick in my system.
You ass nigga, go dig all three of your brothers up with your scary ass. Stop running from me. I ain't in no competition with you. Stop writing me.
I go help little brother out, bro. He angry, dog. He angry. Talking about dead partners and shit. It ain't like I'm on this bitch talking about.
Yo, listen up. Today we're diving straight into one of the craziest beefs heating up hip-hop right now. We're talking NBA YoungBoy versus Fredo Bang, and trust me, this situation just reignited the flames in the wildest way. Things are looking straight up dangerous in Baton Rouge, and people might start catching bodies again. Before we get into all that, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications because this story is moving fast, and you do not want to miss a second. And yo, hit that like button if you're ready to see the streets' real politics play out. Let me take you back because this beef didn't start like this. NBA YoungBoy and Fredo Bang, they used to roll deep as homies. Real close ones. Two young bucks from Baton Rouge coming up in the same streets, repping the same crew, and having each other's backs when it got rough. Both of these dudes were part of TB, Top Boy Gorillas, one of the most respected crews in South Baton Rouge. This wasn't just some casual link-up. These dudes were in the trenches together, moving like brothers. You can even peep them in the same music videos back then, looking solid, looking unified. The most iconic? The iPhone's D6 music video. YoungBoy right there with Fredo Bang and the TBG crew, all smiles, all loyalty. No one could have predicted that these same dudes would flip and become sworn enemies, going at each other like rivals, trying to take each other out. Yo, check this. YoungBoy was the youngest in the crew, looking up to the older cats like they were his big brothers. Fredo, he was one of those older dudes showing him love, showing him the ropes, helping him navigate the streets. But we all know how fast the streets can flip a brother into an enemy. Now, to really get how this beef popped off, we gotta talk about G Money. GMO was basically the king of TBG, the main artist, the one catching all the eyes, and the one supposed to put Baton Rouge on the map. He was older than both YoungBoy and Fredo, and had that veteran respect that comes with grinding in the game for years. G Money took YoungBoy under his wing when he was just a teen, brought him into the TBG collective, helped him make music, and basically became like a big brother. YoungBoy even dropped Life Before Fame while signed to TBG, but it didn't blow up like they thought it would. Here's where it gets messy. While YoungBoy was grinding and struggling for recognition, G Money started getting all the spotlight. YoungBoy felt like he was being pushed to the side, like nobody saw his talent. That resentment started simmering. But the real breaking point? G Money did something on his track Poor One that YoungBoy just could not forgive. And that's when the fallout went next level. Yo, check this. Remember when you used to smoke and chill with your little brother? Matter of fact, I used to call you my big brother. But then things went sideways. G Money allegedly crossed the line with YoungBoy's sister and had the audacity to flaunt it on Insta. Yeah, you heard that right. Straight up disrespect in front of everybody. That's the kind of betrayal that flips brothers into enemies fast. G Money later admitted in interviews that it happened, but said it was a long time ago, and at first, YoungBoy wasn't tripping. But once YoungBoy started blowing up, that disrespect hit different and became impossible to ignore. After that, YoungBoy bounced from TBG to focus on building his own NBA brand. That move didn't sit well with the TBG camp. They felt he was being disloyal after everything they did for him. Then it got even crazier when YoungBoy's cousin, Illa, got murdered. Illa was linked to BBG, Bottom Boy Gorillas, who were beefing with TBG. After Illa's death, YoungBoy went on a straight-up revenge mission, which landed him in jail on attempted murder charges. The streets were buzzing, saying TBG affiliates had a hand in Oz's death, and that only added more fire while YoungBoy was locked up fighting his case. The beef kept blowing up. G Money and the TBG crew were throwing shots at YoungBoy in their tracks, and when he got out, he came back swinging even harder. Then everything hit a turning point in September 2017. G Money was shot and killed in a music studio parking lot. He was supposed to meet up with Fredo Bang, who was getting released from prison that very day, but he never made it. The timing had everyone raising eyebrows, and fingers immediately started pointing at the NBA camp. That's when the stakes got even higher and the beef intensified. This is where Fredo Bang really steps into the spotlight as YoungBoy's main rival. After G-Money's death, Fredo became the face of TBG, carrying the torch for his fallen homie. He felt it was on him to avenge G-Money and protect his legacy. Fredo had been locked up during most of the drama between YoungBoy and G-Money, so when he got out and learned his homie was gone, he was ready to go to war. Authorities even kept him locked up for a few extra months after G-Money's death, fearing he might retaliate or get himself killed. Once Fredo hit the streets, he and Boulevard Quick went on a mission to dominate the rap game and settle scores. They started dropping diss tracks aimed at YoungBoy in the NBA camp, and from there, the beef just kept escalating out of control. The violence kept heating up. YoungBoy's manager, Dump, was murdered right outside his home, and then Boulevard Quick got killed outside his apartment. Bodies were dropping left and right, and the whole city of Baton Rouge was caught in the crossfire of this deadly beef. Fast forward to December 2023, and shockingly, after years of a beef that had claimed so many lives, YoungBoy and Fredo actually got on the phone and talked it out. This wasn't for clout or social media, it was a private conversation between two grown men, realizing the beef had gone way too far. In interviews, Fredo explained what went down. It was basically us talking. It's never been a problem. Social media hypes stuff up. I might say something in my song, he might say something in his, and sometimes, as artists, we challenge each other. But it's more about showing it was never really a problem from the start. That call led to them planning a joint toy drive for kids in Baton Rouge, a way to show the community that the beef was over and they could actually work together for something positive. Fredo stressed that it was never real beef, just two artists caught up in street politics and online drama. Unfortunately, the toy drive got shut down by local authorities, worried the old tensions might spark violence. Even though it looked like YoungBoy and Fredo were finally closing that deadly chapter, things took a wild turn. While YoungBoy was on his recent tour, he started throwing disses at Fredo during his shows, and it caught everybody off guard. They were supposed to be cool, but YoungBoy was out here stirring the pot again. At multiple stops, he performed songs with lines clearly aimed at Fredo, emphasizing them to shock the crowd. The fans went absolutely wild every time, and as expected, videos of these performances started blowing up on social media. Fredo saw them and felt straight up disrespected. He thought the issues were behind them, and here YoungBoy was dissing him in front of thousands of fans every night. That's exactly the kind of public humiliation that can reignite a beef in a heartbeat. In a recent interview, Fredo opened up about it. "Hey, just so you know, I love to see the whole city and state come together. It was beautiful. Even though most of the stuff they were singing 9 times out of 10 was dissing me. You feel me? But it was still beautiful. But y'all gotta know, I'm on some straight uptown stuff, and that last line got me tripping. Straight street talk. Yo, things were about to get wild. Fredo made it clear he wasn't gonna keep taking disrespect, but it got even messier when YoungBoy's fans started trolling him in person. There's this viral clip where a 33-year-old YoungBoy fan literally pulled up on Fredo, blasting YoungBoy's music as loud as possible while recording his reaction. It was basically a music drive-by, trying to bait Fredo, and in the video you can hear the fans saying, "I just pulled up in that dump while blasting YoungBoy's music." Most people might have lost it right there. But Fredo, he stayed ice cold, stood his ground, and didn't let the fan get under his skin, though you could see he was mad as hell. The video went viral, millions laughing at Fredo's expense, and this type of public humiliation is exactly what can reignite a beef. Once fans start making it personal, it's no longer just about music. It's about street respect and reputation. After dealing with the tour disses and this trolling, Fredo finally snapped and dropped a response track. That track wasn't just music. It was straight up declaring war on YoungBoy and his whole camp. In the track, Fredo went straight at YoungBoy with some of the most disrespectful bars we've seen in this beef. He called out YoungBoy's legal troubles, relationships, and even his street credibility. Fredo made it crystal clear. He felt betrayed after they supposedly squashed things. The song didn't hold back, even referencing some of YoungBoy's fallen homies and hinting that more bodies could drop if the disrespect kept up. That's the kind of language law enforcement takes seriously, especially with the history of violence between these camps. Both sides have already shown they're willing to go all the way over this beef. We're talking a conflict that's already claimed multiple lives. GMO, Boulevard Quick, and several other affiliates from both crews. The fact they were able to squash it temporarily shows they can be mature. But YoungBoy reigniting the disses on tour, combined with fan trolling and Fredo's response track, has lit the fire all over again. Now it's back to square one, and this time the stakes are even higher. YoungBoy is dealing with federal charges and can't afford more violence linked to his name. Fredo's built his career and reputation, and he isn't about to throw it all away over a beat. But the streets don't care about careers or federal cases. When disrespect hits a certain level, people feel like they have to respond, and that's when bodies start dropping. One of the scariest parts of this whole situation, the fans are getting involved. YoungBoy's fan base is notoriously loyal, and sometimes they take things way too far. Now they're pulling up on Fredo, blasting his rival's music and recording it for social media, turning this beef from just music into straight-up chaos. When fans step into street beef, it gets unpredictable fast. These aren't street veterans who know the rules. These are regular people thinking it's all a game, until somebody gets hurt. Fredo even addressed it recently, talking about how tough it is competing with YoungBoy's insane fan base. I hope it ain't nobody like me, cause what I be going through, man, I'd be going against one of the biggest artists in the world. That'd be hard, you feel me? Especially with a crazy fan base. I wouldn't wish on nobody what I'm going through right now. The situation is boiling over. Fredo made it clear he won't keep taking disrespect, and YoungBoy seems determined to push buttons. With both sides having access to shooters and a deadly history, this beef could explode at any moment. This beef could turn deadly again at any moment. The crazy part is they've already shown they could be mature and squash their differences. That phone call and the planned toy drive proved they both understood how the beef was hurting their community. But ego and disrespect don't care about common sense, especially with millions of eyes on every move. This situation is a perfect example of how fast things can go from calm to deadly in the rap game. NBA YoungBoy and Fredo Bang had a real chance to be leaders, showing that beef doesn't have to end in bloodshed. Instead, they're right back at square one, and more lives could be lost over pride and disrespect. So what do you think about all this? Can they squash the beef again, or is it too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you join the Rap Uncovered family. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, smash that like button, and share this video with all your homeboys. We drop heat every single day, and tomorrow's upload is going to be even crazier, even deeper, and absolutely unmissable. We'll catch you in the next one, right here on Rap Uncovered, where the truth of the streets lives.